I genuinely don't understand how anyone likes 6ix9ine, and the fact that they do makes me lose faith in society. 6ix9ine is absolutely disgusting in the things he was convicted of and got away with, and I just don't think he deserves an ounce of popularity now that he's gotten away from all that. He confessed to recording and distributing a video of a man having sex with a 13-year-old girl, and yet, he is literally one of the most prominent artists of 2020 so far. A lot of the people who like him are millennials and zoomers, who I believe to be progressive enough to shut this type of shit down, yet here we are. This guy is out here topping the charts, and everything he says and does is absolutely blown up and near impossible to ignore if you're someone who tries to stay to date with the newest music and media. I genuinely don't understand it, and I'm disgusted by it. I also just don't get how he has a likable appearance either, if we're going to the more shallow part of my opinion. He's fucking ugly and has purposely destroyed his physical appearance and looks like he hasn't bathed in weeks. He is always getting in trouble and flaming other people, and he is just everything a person shouldn't be, and yet he is at the top of the game and unfortunately succeeding. I personally believe he deserves the opposite of everything he's gained in these past few months. I also no longer like anyone who decides to work with him. It's one thing to separate the art from the artist, but to boast the artist by openly and proudly working with the artist, looking at Nicki, makes you seem like you have no problem with working with that sick asshole. Edit * thanks for the gold. I never had it before and I really appreciate it. Also, I really have enjoyed reading everyone's thoughts on him. Makes me feel like I'm less crazy and more so. It's just he has high numbers because people like the hype music more than they do him, but it still messes with me a bit that there's a little girl out there that has to see him all over the charts after what he partook in doing to her. That's all I care about, not the people he snitched out. They probably had it coming if they had shit that needed to be snitched about to begin with. It just saddens me to think about her. I feel the same way for all other screwed up celebrities whose crimes went under the radar and they were never properly held accountable and still were able to thrive. I just have never seen a guy straight up make CP and then get a slap on the wrist and become more famous than he was before. It's bizarre. I'll stop yapping. Thanks again for the gold, kind stranger, and thank you guys for giving me your opinions and what you think. It's been interesting to read. As an out of touch with society person, it took me a while to determine if you were talking about a sexual position, an aspect ratio of video, or something else. He's repulsive and I hate people defending him. It's middle school and high school kids that make him famous. It's hype music combined with colorful and sexual visuals. The recipe no teenaged boy can resist. I hate him and I avoid listening to him, but his music is loud and gets people pumped. Yesterday I was on my sister's boat and her boyfriend was playing some 6ix9ine, and I can see why people who are partying want to listen to him. Again, I hate him and find him disgusting. Saying that the general public is dumb is like saying the sun will rise tomorrow. When the biggest music stars these days are the likes of 6ix9ine, Cardi B and Bad Baby. Makes me wonder what the future holds. I'm with you here. Everything about him, from his music, his actions, his personality, and his appearance, it is all repulsive. He's awful, but the man who is mixing the beats for 69 seconds songs, is untapped talent that could be making better music. Say thing with Take he be a tuppa old man and people used to say #free Take disgusting. Same thing with Jake Paul. Boy, are you going to be upset when you find out there is an actual rising rapper named Zan Frank. I really wish I was making this up. Edit, forget the last edit. Read the wrong wiki. 2. Many Zans. Would have thought they'd be more creative. He's a joke. I thought he was rotting in jail and cooperating with cops on other stuff, so I think there are genuine fans, but I think most of his fame is sort of how Kim Kardashian keeps getting more famous. People just hate them so much that they keep paying attention to them. People love to write articles about how dumb and obnoxious these people are, and constantly talking about how much you dislike someone or something gets it more famous. Another great example is 2 Girls 1 Cup. Surely there was some freak out there who genuinely got off on that, but it got so famous because people thought it was so awful they couldn't shut up about it. He's literally so trash and a shitty person. I truly don't understand how he has fans. Also, since when is screaming on a hip-hop beat considered rapping? I don't understand the appeal of his music either. Ultimately, music critics and serious music fans alike understand his career's integrity is held together solely by his ability to remain relevant through controversy and stirring the pot, one would say. He doesn't have a huge following in the sense that people can't wait for the next 6ix9ine single or project, but that he has made a name for being obnoxious and controversial over music that is the most popular right now. I would not lose faith. The real integrity of music will remain unharmed by him, and he will eventually fade into irrelevance as a fickle audience moves to the next musical trend. In short, he's someone who says dumb shit over trap beats and people who like trap stream his music. I don't think he's having a serious effect on anything. Hopefully, this helps you sleep better. People still like Chris Brown, and his music is hot garbage. I like the art, but dislike the artist. That's how I would sum it up. I can't stand what 6ix9ine does and his gang activity, but I like his music even if it means I don't agree with what he's rapping about. I have no idea who any of these people are. They are front page news made for all the new kids to listen to and then phase out. Good rap is still out there, just gotta actually be in the culture. 6ix9ine's face looks like that detention desk from SpongeBob. This and that idiot who did Gucci Gang. Can't stand either of them. He isn't the first, and won't be the last. Same Cardi B. Wait till you find out people like the president. 33M, big fan of 6ix9ine here. Just offering my 2 cents, and I'd like to start by saying that yes, as a person, I think he's a POS. Never have I seen such a narcissistic or clueless individual as him before. Also, from a musical standpoint, I think his lyrics are absolute trash. That said, 1. I am in no way comparing 6ix9ine to the greatness of other rappers, but the genre of rap has always been about creating new styles, Run DMC, pushing boundaries, NWA, pissing people off, 50 Cent, Eminem, and generating new sounds, trap, drill, crunk, slow-mo, etc. If I'm not mistaken, Tekashi hits on all of those points. Everything about his physical appearance and style are relatively unique. From a business standpoint, the man knows how to sell records, and, as the great Jay-Z once said, you can't knock the hustle. Start beef to create clout? Check. Ridiculous physical appearance? Check. Peacocking? Check. Banging, hard-hitting beats? Check. Hate him or love him, he generates attention, and in today's society, whether that attention is warranted or otherwise, attention equals money. And no one can blame anyone for wanting to make lots of money for themselves. If you hate an individual because of his qualities as a person, I'd be hard-pressed to find any famous person to like. Floyd Mayweather is a legend to boxing fans, but he beats women. Tiger Woods is the GOAT, but he's a womanizer. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the greatest rags to riches story of all time, but he fathered a secret love child for years and hid it from his wife. Point being, there comes a point when you just have to objectively look at the positive points of people, and ignore what they do in their personal lives. Otherwise, you'd end up just hating everyone after a little digging. Lastly, while I believe that Tekashi is one of the worst people at wielding his influence for good, he does have influence, and he does, intentionally or not, inspire/motivate people. I'm not gonna go into too much detail as to how, but one example would be in the way that he dresses. You don't see him rocking brand name clothes like Gucci or Supreme, or any other brand that most people like me could otherwise never attain. He rocks rainbow hair. You know how the youth sees that? That it's okay to not be rich enough to wear the newest in fashion to be cool, and you can dress however the fuck you want. And I think that's a positive thing. That's all. I think I'll bump some Tekashi on my commute to work today.